What's going on, boys and girls? It's your boy Avionics back with another action figure video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing as I do put out quite a few videos throughout the month. In today's video, we are taking a look at NECA's new Usagi Yojimbo out of their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon line. Now, this Usagi was bought directly through the NECA pre-orders last year, and I received mine last week along with my neutrinos, so be sure to stay tuned to my channel as I will put out a neutrinos video as well. So here is the NECA Usagi Yojimbo box rotating on its platter. Let's go ahead and open it up. Check out how the inside looks like. So on the inside book cover you have a nice static pose of Usagi, and on this side we have the inside showing everything and all the different accessories that Usagi comes with. Now, I was actually excited and looking forward to Usagi coming out because he was one of my favorite non-Ninja Turtle toys and figures and a cartoon character back in the 80s cartoon. So, and I used to have an Usagi Yojimbo as a kid back then. So when I found out that he was going to be released, and we all knew he was going to be, I was so excited to find out that he was coming soon, and now it's 2022 and he is now here with us. So here is the back. You can go ahead and pause to read the little description of Usagi Yojimbo. Upon opening the box, this is the cardboard display insert that you get. This is made of some flimsy cardboard, but if you tape it and fold it properly, you can use it as a display for your shelves. But yeah, this is the NECA Cartoon Street dioramas, and it's also showing some, we got Jersey Red and Scrag, and I think it's already been confirmed that we are getting these two figures from NECA in the cartoon line. Here's a closer look at the plastic clamshell holding everything all in. Alright, so now we have the sword swinging samurai Usagi out of his plastic clamshell and all of his accessories. So let's take a look at all the accessories that he comes with first. Let's start off with Spot. So Spot is Usagi's pet, which actually doesn't show up in the 1987 animated series, but he actually shows up later in life in the 2003 TMNT series and once again in the 2012. So it's a nice little bonus for getting, you know, being that NECA is making these figures from the 1987 show, but they've added his pet that is later shown in the later series. And then he does come with his bamboo hat, which obviously won't fit on this head, but it'll fit better on this head. Or if you take, because you can, these ears peg in and articulate, you can remove it and you can prop it on his head and then put the string, I guess, under his chin, or you can have it so it's around his neck, wearing it behind him like that. So take a closer look. Nice clean line work on the bamboo Japanese hat. Underneath it's painted brown with a little bit more line work, and then the string is brown, and then the hanger parts of the string is like a white. So yeah, it really looks nice. Nice texture and sculpt. And then once again, let's take a closer look at Spot again. So he's just all painted green, no articulation. He does have his spots, and then there's his little beady eyes. And then he does come with Usagi comes with a second head. All right. Ooh. So this one has him showing off his two front teeth and a little bit more aggressive and fighting emotion onto his face. But as you can see, the sculpt work, you can see the texture that it's really nice, and it's showing up like the rabbit fur or rabbit hair, whatever you want to call it. Nice vibrant blue eyes, off-white parts of the eyes. And then there we have his battle scar. It's not an eyebrow, it's a battle scar. And then we got the purple bandana around his ears, the wrap. And like I said, these articulate, and they just, you can actually switch it, like take it out if you want. Let's see here. Squeaking out. Once again, NECA products heat up their joints and articulating points so you don't break any of these pegs. But yeah, that's how that looks. So if you want to put the hat on him. Here's without the chin, but yeah. I mean, here's without putting the string underneath his chin, but yeah, that's how it looks. Looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and peg his ears back in. So the hands that he comes with out of the packaging are these, this sculpt, this pose of hands, like kind of like in a fighting stance hands. All right. But then he also comes with 2 other pairs, 6 total hands. You have a right and a left fist, all painted white, showing the texture of the rabbit hair and articulates side to side. Same with these hands out of the packaging. They articulate side to side. And then the third pair, is a gripping right and left hand. So it can hold the daggers and his samurai swords and his pizza wedge daggers, I like to call it. But right and left of that, and they both articulate left to right. And then moving on to his weapons, we have his short samurai sword. And as all other blades in this NECA Tune line, it's painted in 2 shades of gray, light, and then a darker for the cell shading. And then we got the brown handle, and then we got the black line work, and then the yellow orangish part of this, and then the end of the dagger or samurai sword, along with his longer samurai sword. Same thing, just a little bit longer. There you go. And then we have the sheath for his samurai swords. So it's the matching brown with the yellow and the line work. So this doesn't actually peg into Usagi at all anywhere. What you're gonna have to do is, I'll show you here in a little bit, but he does come with an elastic belt that you would wrap around his waist and then kind of somehow finagle this on there. And we're gonna try that here shortly. Here's what I like to call the pizza slice dagger. Don't know what the official Japanese or Asian name for this weapon is, but yeah, that's how that looks. The sculpt, and then his throwing dagger, which I actually would have liked it better if they made, because in the 1987 animated series, he takes the dagger out of here and then he throws it at one of the turtles, or was it not the turtles, but those Japanese hogs? I forgot who he threw the dagger at, but it actually comes out of one of his swords rather than this weapon. But this, it works. And then he does come with his robe or cloak, which is actually in a little baggie behind the clamshell. So it's kind of got a sheen to it. It's not black. It's like a charcoal gray. But yeah, so we're gonna outfit him in this shortly. And then, so this is soft goods along with the elastic belt that I was talking about, which you would use to put his sheaths in. So we're gonna do that here shortly. And then, so this is all black. And then the actual belt for the robe cloak to tie around his waist. All right, so let's go ahead and try to put this elastic belt around his waist. I'm gonna throw it over his head in one arm, then over his other arm. And I think what I'm gonna do here is, because it's still loose, if you just put it in here like normal, I don't think it's gonna be enough to hold it in place. Maybe, let's see. Okay, so it does kind of work, just throwing it without having to like do a loop. Oh, that works, yeah. But then if you take out both swords, then it really doesn't have anything to hold on to. I guess it works. What I was thinking was actually make a little twist and then, oops, twist it and then have it go around, because there's a little bit of a gap right there in between. Twist it once, and then if you can loop it over, maybe over behind the smaller sheath of the two. Like, if I can get it in there, there we go. There we go. Now it'll stay a little bit better. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's see, let's put the swords back in. Yeah, that works. So one little twist, and then wrap that little twist around the smaller, since it's in the back and it swoops back has more aesthetic look than probably going forward. And then here he is outfitted with his robe or cloak and the belt. So what I did was I wrapped it around the back of him, tied just a simple single knot here, and then wrapped it around again for another single knot in the back. So that way it stays in place. So that's how he looks like that if you want to display him that way. And then here he is with the robe and the cloak with the alternate head. And then with the bamboo hat. Not a big fan of that robe, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off. But here is his first head with the bamboo hat. And here I've removed the ears from the first head, and I have the string under his chin, and it doesn't actually peg on top, so loosely you can just have him displayed like that, which looks really cool to me, in my opinion. So taking a closer look at the detail of Usagi, once again, he does have awesome rabbit fur texture or rabbit hair texture all the way around. He's got the tufts of hair on the sides of his head, his battle scar on both heads over his left eye, and then we have the rabbit nose and the nice clean line work. He's wearing his blue samurai gear with gray of the lining and the bow and the belt here, and then 2 shades of blue for the cell shading, darker blue up front and then lighter blue up front. And then we got little samurai symbols there. Don't know what they actually mean, but they look like cookies to me. And then he's wearing black baggy samurai pants, and then the light brown sandals around his little cute rabbit feet. But yeah, overall he's wearing the baggy, typical baggy samurai clothing. And then, you know, like the bamboo hat just finishes off the look, and he looks so awesome. All right, let's take a look at all of Usagi's articulating points. So once again, the ears on both heads articulate all the like around the head like that. This one goes all the way around. It looks funny like that with it forward, but yeah. And then the head tilting all the way down, all the way up, side, side, all the way around. Shoulders all the way up like that, and then rotation all the way around. We have single jointed elbows. Wrist rotates all the way around. All of his hands articulate side to side, and then we do have waist rotation, and then leg for all intents and purposes, because he has his swords to his side, both his legs will articulate all the way forward like that, all the way back like that. We have thigh rotation at the hip, and then double jointed knees, and then his feet rotate all the way around. Well, not really, because his sandals are kind of blocking the range, but it does rotate pretty good, and then it hinges back like that, all the way forward like that, and then he does have peg stand holes underneath. And now we've come to the part of the video where we do some size and scale comparison with other action figures from the NECA TMNT toon line. There's Usagi with all 4 turtles. There he is with Casey Jones, April O'Neil, Irma, and Splinter. There he is with Shredder and Baxter Stockman. And then with Bebop and Rocksteady. Alright, so my final thoughts on this NECA Toon TMNT Usagi Yojimbo. He has been my most anticipated action figure of this line. Like, as I mentioned earlier in the video, he was my non-turtle favorite character back in the day from the animated series. I loved him in the cartoon. I loved him as an actual toy back then. I wish I still had that Usagi after all these years, but you know, back then garage sales were a part of my life, and my mom decided to include a lot of my stuff in those. I don't hate you, Mom. I love you, Mom, but you know, I wish I could have kept all my toys from back then. It would have been a great comparison. But yeah, Usagi Yojimbo was one of my favorite non-turtle characters from the show, and everything about this sculpt is cartoon accurate according to the show. Like I said, Spot is more of an additional bonus because he wasn't part of the TMNT universe until later on in life, around 2003, and once again in 2012. But this Usagi Yojimbo just knocks it out of the park. NECA did a real good job with the appearance, the sculpt, the articulation, and all the cool accessories. I'm not a big fan of that robe slash cloak, but hey, it's an additional soft goods for that price. I might not display them in there, but maybe once in a while I'll have them actually wear it. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. Leave all your comments and thoughts about this awesome NECA Usagi Yojimbo action figure down below. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell to be notified of future action figure review videos like this. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.